she said it again in the hospital. She said, run to the hard, run to the hurt, because it's in the greatest hard that God's going to do the greatest work. Whew.
Welcome to the Run to the Hard podcast, where we're here to remind you that God doesn't promise us a life free from suffering, but he always brings healing and restoration on the other end. Our goal is to inspire you to face life's trials with courage and trust in God's plan. And oh yeah, run to the hard that God allows.
Yeah, I know right where the spot was. It was in Canal, Winchester. We were driving home from another doctor's appointment, getting more blood work, and he called, and he asked, "Are you driving?" Yes. He said, "Why don't you pull over? I want to talk to you." And we knew that was bad.
Yeah.
He proceeded to tell Michael that she has bone marrow cancer, and then she has a protein called amyloid, and the bone marrow cancer is literally creating this rogue protein that is attacking all of her organs, and her heart obviously has it. Her heart's shutting down. It's not pumping the fluid out. Then it'll move to whatever organs are next, and what do you do? We're sitting on the side of the road, and both Michael and I are pretty straightforward, straight shooting people, and I'm having to take a new role. Like, I know in this moment I have to take over. Like, I have to take over decisions. I have to take over questions. I have to take over answers. And in front of her, I didn't hesitate. I said, "Doc," he's a young guy too. Nice. He's a great guy. I said, "Doc," I said, "we got 5 kids at home. We're realists. You can't sugarcoat this." I said, "Whatever doctor hat you got on right now," I said, "please take it off." I said, "If this is your family, your wife, you literally have to tell me what to do. We don't know what to do." And he took his hat off. His doctor had all of the niceties and everything's going to be okay. And he said, "You need to go home and get your house in order." And I said, "Today or tomorrow?" He said, "Tonight." Just that plainly. He said, "Go home right now and get your house in order." And we sat in the van and cried on the side of the road, prayed together, went home and got all the kids around and had to tell them. It was awful. Yeah, that was awful. We all hugged and cried, and of course they had so many questions and we didn't have the answers. I remember calling my kids, saying, "Hey, on Friday we're going to do family pictures." And I'm like, "You got to be here." And I didn't have to say anything else. They knew.
Wow.
All the kids were there. We took family pictures. In fact, upstairs you'll see the family pictures that we took hanging on the wall. The kids had signed up to be baptized that next week at church.
Wow.
And so we did it. We had a baptism. Another week goes by, and it's going to be our first cancer treatment. So we'd already been to the James. We've talked to our doctor. He's one of the top 2 amyloid specialists in America, right here in Columbus, Ohio. And we had to have that chat with him and say, "Be real to us. Don't sugarcoat this." And he's like, "Yeah, it's not got a good survival rate." I said, "Do you have any?" He's like, "I have 1. He had 1.
Wow. Jeez.
He has 1.
Jeez.
I was like, oh, I mean, just hard conversation after hard conversation.
Sure.
And so that next weekend, the kids get baptized. And then there's one more week before we go in for our very first treatment on a Monday. And so we get all of her family together at the house. And if you look at, she's already starting to turn color. Her kidneys are starting to fail. They're not getting the fluid out. And we do family pictures with her whole family, 10 kids, all the cousins, everybody in our front yard, in the backyard. They're all here. And then Monday, she goes in for her first treatment and she never comes home. That was the beginning of our 10 days in ICU. And so nobody knew. You know, we didn't know weeks, we didn't know months. But from the time we got the actual diagnosis until the time she died was 4 weeks. So we had 4 weeks. But once we went in for the first treatment, we had 10 days. And it just, the wheels fell off and her organs started shutting down. And we had to put her on basically machines, dialysis, and a machine to help her heart. And obviously that's a huge part of our story. But anyways,
Yeah.
We were married for 2 years. Things were moving. I mean, we were on top of the world. We loved each other. She was my best friend. Man, there was so much good.
Man, I know it's so difficult to relive all that, man. Just raw emotion.